In A Clash of Kings, while exploring the city of Qarth, Daenerys and her retinue come across a Fire Mage performing in the streets. The Fire Mage is a man dressed in a flamboyant robe with intricate designs and vibrant colors. He captivates the crowd with his display of pyromancy, manipulating flames with the supernatural control of a master sorcerer. The mage conjures fire from thin air, shapes it into various forms, and sends it dancing through the air, creating a spectacle that mesmerizes the onlookers. Today we discuss the possible vital role he might play when the long night comes, being uniquely suited as he is to combat the forces of the White Walkers. Daenerys is both fascinated and unnerved by the power of the Fire Mage, as her family's historical symbiosis with heat and fire is well known. The Fire Mage's performance is a stark reminder of the magical forces that are becoming increasingly prominent in the world, especially following the birth of her dragons. The mage's abilities evoke memories of her own connection to fire and her Targaryen heritage, which is deeply intertwined with dragons and fire. Qarth, a mysterious masked woman from the Shadowlands beyond Ashai, also comments on the Fire Mage. Qarth approaches Daenerys and warns her about the dangers that lie ahead. She speaks in cryptic terms, advising Daenerys to be cautious of those who seek to exploit her and her dragons. Qarth's observations about the Fire Mage underscore the theme of growing magical power in the world. She implies that the resurgence of magic, as evidenced by the Fire Mage's abilities, is connected to the return of the dragons and the awakening of ancient forces. Qarth's enigmatic presence and her warnings leave a lasting impression on Daenerys. The Fire Mage serves as a symbol of the shifting balance of power and the mystical elements that are increasingly influencing the world around her. Qarth's observations and her advice to remember who you are resonate with Daenerys as she navigates the complexities of her identity and her quest for the Iron Throne. We never learn the Fire Mage's name, as he seems to be a bellwether of the magical changes in Planetos. But one might speculation he is a remnant of the might Fire Mages that once kept vigil over the 14 flames before the fall of Old Valyria. One of the major limitations Daenerys and Jon Snow face is the inability to be everywhere at once with their dragons. The Fire Mage can help by providing an additional source of fire-based defense. With his ability to conjure and manipulate fire, the mage can target multiple fronts, creating fire barriers and attacking the White Walkers and their undead legions. This would alleviate the pressure on the dragons, allowing them to focus on the most critical battles and strategic targets. Fire is a primary weapon against the White Walkers, as it is one of the few things that can destroy them and their undead soldiers. The Fire Mage can establish defensive perimeters of fire around key locations, such as Winterfell or other strategic strongholds. These fire barriers would act as deterrents and physical obstacles, slowing down or even incinerating the advancing undead. This would provide crucial protection to the forces of the living and give them more time to regroup and plan their next moves. By creating controlled pathways of fire, the Fire Mage can help allied forces move quickly and safely through territories swarming with undead. These fiery pathways can clear the way, burning the Whites and providing a secure route for troops, supplies, and evacuations. This capability would be especially valuable during surprise attacks or when retreating from overwhelming enemy forces, ensuring that the living can maintain mobility and adaptability in their strategies. During battles, the Fire Mage can offer immediate tactical fire support, complementing the dragon's aerial assaults. By being on the ground, the Fire Mage can respond swiftly to emerging threats, such as breaches in defenses or concentrated groups of Whites. This flexible fire support would be invaluable in dynamic and chaotic combat situations, enabling rapid counterattacks and defensive measures exactly where they are needed most. The presence of a Fire Mage, with his dramatic and awe-inspiring abilities, can significantly boost the morale of Daenerys and Jon Snow's forces. The sight of fire-based magic can inspire confidence and hope among the troops, knowing they have powerful allies with extraordinary capabilities. Additionally, the Fire Mage's displays can serve as psychological warfare against the White Walkers and their minions. The intense fear and disruption caused by the sudden appearance of blazing fire can disorient and demoralize the undead, making them more vulnerable to coordinated attacks. In conclusion, the Fire Mage's ability to conjure and control fire offers a critical advantage in the war against the White Walkers. By extending the reach of fire-based weapons, establishing defensive perimeters, enhancing mobility, providing tactical support, and boosting morale, the Fire Mage can play a pivotal role in ensuring the survival and victory of Daenerys, Jon Snow, and their allies. Perhaps we may even learn his name.